So in this video, I'm going to be talking about my acceptance to Waseda, finding an apartment, how to pay for an apartment, and ultimately what I'm doing before I go. So I'm going to do everything according to kind of how it happened. So first I'm going to address the acceptance, and then I'm going to go into the visa and stuff like that. Okay, so obviously I'm making this video, you know that I got accepted into Waseda. My previous video I was saying that I wasn't sure if I was going to be accepted or I was waiting for the acceptance, and I finally got it on May 31st via email, so that was really cool. And so after that you kind of think, oh, now I have to apply for the visa. But I actually wasn't able to apply for the visa until a lot later when Waseda sent me special documents that I needed to apply, which is my COE, Certificate of Eligibility. So once I got that, I took that with me to I have like all my folders here, like all my files or whatever to share. I took that with me to the Consulate of Japan in New York City, and I applied for my visa, and I thought it was going to take a really long time. So the second I got my COE, I literally raced down to the consulate to apply, but actually it only took 3 days for them to finish. So definitely don't be worried if you're applying to Waseda and you get your COE and it seems like you don't have enough time. They give you all the documentation that you need, and then everything else you can find actually online. So I filled out the form online that I needed to bring in, and it was really easy. I was in and out in 15 minutes, so don't worry about it. So as for the COE, you get that stapled into your passport. So here's my passport. This is where they stapled the COE into it, and then they also give you the visa. So this is my stuff. Wait, I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to block here. I don't know. Basically, this is my visa. So after you get the visa, you got accepted. The next step after that is figuring out where you want to live. So I chose to not live in the dorms, which is usually the traditional option, and I chose to actually find an apartment through Waseda. So I'm gonna link some resources in the description that will tell you like places they offer that are kind of foreigner friendly, because independently I tried to search out some apartment buildings and a couple of them weren't foreigner friendly. So that's all I'll say about that. But the ones that are through Waseda, I guess Waseda is in a partnership with them. Waseda actually goes to them and applies as a kind of like a stand-in for you, and then when you go to the apartment complex, you can pick up the key, etc. But yeah, definitely recommend the Waseda sponsored apartments, and they're not expensive at all. Compared to the dorms, there's actually a few that are cheaper than living in the dorms, so yeah, definitely check those out. So as for the apartments, I chose an apartment based on the site that I'm going to link in the description, and it was really close to the campus. It is pretty decently priced, I guess, and the landlord and landlady seemed really nice, and it just seemed like a nice place. Not only that, but it's in a really convenient location, so I don't have to commute to school, which was my number one priority that I really needed. I don't want to take a train, I don't want to take a bus, I wanted to be able to walk over to class. And actually there are more apartments that Waseda has that they have a sort of partnership with that they don't display on that site, but if you actually talk to an advisor in the Waseda housing department, they can find you places that are usually unlisted. Like she meaning my advisor, sent me a bunch of different places that weren't on that original website that existed under apartments that they can rent out. And a lot of them, though very small, were really cheap, only maybe US dollars, $500 a month, which I found really fair, and it's a pretty close proximity to the campus. But you would only find those apartments if you contacted your Waseda advisor. There's no way you could find them by yourself because they're not really listed anywhere. I am kind of worried about my apartment because I have to pay in a kind of strange, in my opinion, strange way. And I'm not too keen on opening a Japanese bank account because I'm a very forgetful person, and I'm definitely going to forget to do something or pay rent or close the account, or I don't know, I'm going to forget something, and I'm really worried about it. But I kind of don't really have a choice because that's my landlord's specified way of paying for it. So basically, at the end of every month, on the last day of the month, I'll have to go to a Japanese bank, take out some money, go to an ATM, and deposit the money and kind of transfer it into the landlord's bank account using a number I'm assuming they're going to give me. Which isn't that much work, but I just feel like I'm going to forget something along the way. I don't know. I'll set alarms so I keep track of it. But as for the apartment situation, the water in my apartment is already covered. So water is currently turned on. I'm not there yet. I leave in 4 days. But water and electricity are currently on and ready to go. Gas, I actually have to call the utilities company to come in and turn the gas on for me. So that's going to happen on the 8th. And they're going to come in the morning. They didn't really specify a time of when they're coming, but they said they're coming in the morning, so I'll wait for that. And so once you have your apartment through Waseda and your utilities, let me show you some documentation that you have to fill out. So basically, when you get an apartment through Waseda, they give you an estimate of how much it's going to cost you per month and how much it's going to cost you for the initial cost, like the key money, the deposit, insurance, and how much the guarantee fee is. So I'm not going to show you exactly. So for the apartment, it's a lot more paperwork than the dorms. I mean, I'm assuming it is because I don't think there would be this much paperwork for living in a dorm. The paperwork is in Japanese entirely. If you're worried about the paperwork, don't worry about it. Someone from Waseda is actually going to Skype call you to go over everything with you and explain it in a lot of detail, maybe even more detail than I needed. So as for Waseda stuff, I'm not sure if I showed you this in the last video, but I had got a little check-in ticket that is for exchange students that I bring to the orientation. So that's Tuesday, September 12th, which is really soon. And then I pick up my ID, and they have all this stuff. So actually, I haven't opened this, to be honest with you. Oh yeah, so this is actually, I have opened this, I lied. So this is talking about applying for a part-time job, and you have to apply at the airport. So you can do 28 hours a week, it says. And it says if you want to engage in a part-time job, you must first apply for permission at your nearest immigration bureau after arriving in Japan. That's cool. I'm not sure if I'm going to apply for a part-time job yet. I kind of want to wait and see how difficult my classes are going to be. And then there's going to be a party for all the new international students. So it's a welcoming party, and it's held here in the garden house. So I have to find that. I haven't even looked, truthfully I haven't even looked online at the Waseda campus because I want it to be a surprise, you know, which is kind of silly, but I wanted to just be blown away when I went there. I really want to make these information videos more interesting because I know that nobody likes watching someone just sitting down in a chair talking to them for like 20 minutes. So I'm going to try to incorporate like a vlog-esque thing into this. My bangs are uneven, but yeah. I'm going to try and record maybe a vlog-esque type of stuff. So on that note, I'm going to show you how I've been packing. So let's move up from this. So let's see. So first of all, I'm bringing 3 bags, 2 suitcases, and 1 carry-on. So here is my, let's turn this around. So here's my first suitcase. And if you open it, this is all my stuff. My underwear, socks, film goes in over here, and then these are all my clothes, shoes, etc., and a little bag. My idea for this bag is that I'm going to put all my stuff in this bag and pack it to the brim, everything I'm going to bring, and then I have another bag over here, which is going to be the bag that I mostly keep empty because I want to be able to bring some things home with me. So this bag only has this big fuzzy jacket, a scarf, 2 bras, and an umbrella. And I think that's all that's gonna go in there. And then finally, going back over here, we have this bag, which is my carry-on that has some books, folders, my camera, has like USB and a face mask in there. And I'll be bringing this little journal with me to write stuff. And lastly, this is my packing checklist. This is just all stuff that I really can't bring until the last minute, you know, like I need shampoo at this point. And I have all the clothes that I wanted to bring. A special guest! Watch this, watch this. Is she gonna do it? Coraline, jump on the bed. Come here. Come here. Yes! Amazing. Okay. So, yeah, these are all my things. And let's turn this back around to me. So this is all my stuff that I'm planning to bring. Unfortunately, I can't bring Coraline with me. Hope you like this video. If you want me to talk about anything else, maybe do some Japanese language videos, definitely leave me a comment. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. You want me to do a little... Yep, no, it's not happening.